We are kicking things off with the explosive drama surrounding Valverde. The controversy gripping Real Madrid is heating up as rumors swirl about the Uruguayan star potentially losing his captaincy or even being pushed out of the club entirely this summer. We dive deep into the locker room fight between Tchouameni and Valverde and explore the intense speculation that suggests Real Madrid might be trying to engineer a situation similar to what happened when Kylian Mbappe faced internal pressure at PSG, examining how leaks and internal votes can completely change a player's status in the dressing room.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This ALEN 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we look at the massive backlash Kylian Mbappe is facing following Real Madrid's Champions League exit. The former Paris Saint-Germain star is at the absolute center of a PR crisis, with fans furious over his off-field actions, including holidaying on a yacht, and concerns about tactical imbalances under Alvaro Arbeloa that critics say have hurt the team's defensive stability. We also examine the growing division within the Madridista fanbase, which has led to a massive online petition demanding his departure, creating an unprecedented global internet war around the superstar. The intensity surrounding Kylian Mbappe continues as the petition calling for his removal has officially hit 60 million signatures, turning online frustration into a historic sports story. We explore the deep divide among Real Madrid fans, some blaming him for a disappointing season while others defend him fiercely, and how this pressure is intensifying ahead of the El Clasico, making the situation even more volatile than ever before. And finally, we switch gears to Stuttgart, where the focus is on a different kind of star power. Deniz Undav, the striker for VfB Stuttgart, is making waves not just with his incredible goal-scoring record, hitting 19 goals this season, but also with a unique celebration style. Undav has claimed he is being labeled a commander, just like Kylian Mbappe in football memes, and we look at what this means for his role as a goal-scorer as Stuttgart fights for Champions League qualification. Real Madrid fans are drawing striking parallels between the current turmoil surrounding Valverde and the situation Kylian Mbappe experienced at Paris Saint-Germain, particularly concerning leadership and locker room dynamics. With Real Madrid struggling despite securing major trophies in the 2023-24 season before Mbappe's arrival, comparisons to PSG's dominance are rampant. While PSG is poised for a second consecutive Champions League final and appears to be the world's premier team, Real Madrid is facing a potential trophy drought. The contrast is stark. PSG operates as a united unit, with superstar players dominating, whereas Real Madrid is perceived as a collection of ego-driven individuals focused on personal fame and statistics. The immediate source of friction at Real Madrid is the recent locker room dispute between Tchouameni and Valverde, marked by negativity directed at the Uruguayan star, who remains a beloved figure. While Valverde faces criticism for inconsistent performances and a reluctance to play as a right-back under Xabi Alonso, his recent hat-trick against Manchester City highlighted his capability. Rumors are intensifying regarding Real Madrid's desire to challenge the captaincy, with speculation circulating that the club might seek a revote to strip Valverde of his captaincy or potentially push him out of the squad this summer. This situation echoes the controversy faced by a respected captain at PSG during the same period when Kylian Mbappe's influence grew unchecked in the dressing room. During that time, anonymous leaks regarding Marquinhos's fitness and leadership were circulating in the French media, leading to doubts about his capacity to lead. PSG ultimately held a recount, with Marquinhos retaining the captaincy, though Mbappe finished fourth in the vote, supported only by himself and his brother. PSG supporters alleged that Mbappe and his circle were feeding misinformation to discredit Marquinhos and secure the captaincy for themselves. Fans are now questioning whether Mbappe is employing a similar strategy at Real Madrid, suggesting that leaks are being amplified to negatively portray Valverde, aiming to undermine his standing and potentially pave the way for Mbappe to secure the captaincy. The narrative pits the perceived collective ego of Real Madrid against the centralized influence of the superstar. Real Madrid starlet Endrick has stepped up to defend Kylian Mbappe amid a significant public relations crisis, engulfing the French international in the Spanish capital. Mbappe is facing intense backlash from Los Blancos supporters following the team's exit from the Champions League, a setback that has fueled fan frustration. The situation intensified after Mbappe was seen holidaying on a yacht, an action many fans deemed insensitive given the club's on-pitch struggles. The criticism extends beyond off-field conduct. Fans have voiced concerns over tactical imbalances under coach Alvaro Arbeloa, suggesting Mbappe's presence has disrupted defensive stability and attacking chemistry, particularly with Vinicius Jr. This division within the Madridista fanbase has reached historic levels, evidenced by a massive digital protest and an online petition calling for Mbappe's departure from the club. In response to the negativity, Endrick has become a vocal ally. The Brazilian wonderkid, currently on loan at Lyon, reassured critics of Mbappe's value. Speaking to SoFoot, Endrick dismissed the noise, stating, "I don't care about what people say about Mbappe. I hope he wins the Golden Boot again. What I see is that he's helping Real Madrid by scoring a lot of goals, focusing instead on the player's statistical output." Furthermore, Mbappe is navigating scrutiny over reported internal tensions within the squad, specifically concerning a rift between Tchouameni and Federico Valverde. Social media critics have questioned Mbappe's demeanor during training sessions, but coach Arbeloa has refuted these claims, dismissing them as misinterpretations and asserting that the squad remains focused on internal objectives. The pressure mounts on Mbappe as he prepares for the upcoming El Clasico against Barcelona, needing a decisive performance to quell the ongoing controversy. The controversy surrounding Kylian Mbappe and his tenure at Real Madrid has escalated into a massive online phenomenon, evidenced by competing petitions that have garnered tens of millions of signatures. A petition demanding Mbappe's removal from Real Madrid's CF has reportedly reached 60 million signatures, marking one of the wildest fan reactions in soccer history. Simultaneously, a counter-petition supporting the player and urging the club to retain him has surged in popularity, reportedly breaking a Guinness World Record for engagement. The intense sentiment stems from a disappointing season for the club. Mbappe arrived with high expectations to establish a dynasty and secure complete European dominance. However, the season has been marked by chaos, criticism, locker room drama, and significant disappointment, including being eliminated from the Champions League and trailing Barcelona in the La Liga title race. This mounting frustration has channeled directly onto Mbappe, with some fans believing he has failed to meet the immense pressure of being the club's face, while others view him as an unfair scapegoat for the overall poor performance. This deep division is fueling the online war, highlighting the extraordinary pressure associated with playing for Real Madrid, a level of chaos rarely seen at other clubs. As the upcoming El Clasico approaches this weekend, the pressure is expected to intensify, cementing Mbappe's status as a central figure in the global soccer conversation. VfB Stuttgart has cemented their position for a potential Champions League qualification by securing a decisive 3-1 home victory against rivals Bayer Leverkusen on matchday 33. The victory was spearheaded by striker Deniz Undav, who scored the third goal of the match and celebrated a personal milestone, subsequently unveiling a new, distinctive celebration style. Undav has now reached 19 goals in the 2025-26 Bundesliga season, surpassing his previous tally from the 2023-24 campaign. Speaking to DAZN, Undav expressed his excitement about the record, stating, "I've set a new record now, 19 goals, and I'm obviously delighted. It would be nice to reach 20 next week. I'll give it my all to make that happen, because we have to win to qualify for the Champions League." However, the forward emphasized team success above individual achievements, adding, "If we make it to the Champions League, I won't care about reaching 20 goals." The team remains fiercely competitive as Matchday 34 approaches this Saturday, placing Stuttgart in a three-way battle for fourth place alongside TSG Hoffenheim and Bayer Leverkusen. The top three Champions League spots are already secured by Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, and RB Leipzig. The current standings show Stuttgart with 61 points and a plus 21 goal difference, closely trailing Hoffenheim, 61 points plus 17, and Leverkusen, 58 points plus 22. Undav's impact extended beyond his goal. His celebration drew significant attention, particularly the emphatic gesture of raising an index finger towards his strike partner, Ermedin Demirovic. Undav likened this behavior to that of Kylian Mbappe, who is often meme-referenced as a commander due to his influence in football. Undav explained that he had agreed to use this celebration if he scored again, mirroring the persona associated with the Real Madrid star.